Congressman from the 7th District, a Congressman for the entire state of Indiana, André Carson.
All right. Brothers and sisters, are you ready for the change that was promised in 2008? They're trying to leave our president for dead. We can't allow that to happen.
Yes, we
Not only does he have haters, he has people in his own party. Yeah, you can hiss. We love them, but we got to put the fire under their feet. Is that right? They're our friends, but sometimes a good friend will help another friend. You got to boot them in the backside a little bit. You got to wake them up. You got to tell them there's no need to fear about the election in 2010. We've got your back. See, sometimes we look at these polls and we get a little nervous, I admit. But if they see an army like this, yes, they won't be afraid of those paid protesters who show up. I'm telling you that some of these protesters are paid by the insurance lobby. These are paid actors. If you're having a birthday party, you want to rent an actor, call the insurance company. They'll send some protesters. I was over in Iraq about 2 weeks ago visiting our wonderful troops, and I'll tell you, whatever they need, I'm going to support. We got to support our troops. But while I was over there, I had the opportunity to meet with some of our Hoosier troops. And I met with a young gentleman from the south side of Indianapolis. That's right. 23-year-old young man. He looked at me with tears in his eyes. He said, "Congressman, I fear when I return back to Indianapolis, I'm going to have to be the primary caretaker of my mom." He said, "My mother suffers from a mental illness and she doesn't have the health care she deserves because she has a pre-existing condition." Ooh, that's the new curse word. That's right, that's a bad word. But he has great health insurance. We've proven that it can work because he's in the military. I met with a group of our wonderful, wonderful seniors who worked hard all of their life to come to this point. They tell me about the trips that they take to Canada. And some of them, when they hit the donut hole, they can't afford to pay for their prescription drugs. So they stop taking their meds. And as a result, their condition worsens. Imagine if we had true health care reform. We're not picking on Eli Lilly. We love Eli Lilly. They do a great job. But imagine if we had true health care reform and went to some other big drug companies. And we told them, and stop charging the American people $20 to $25 per pill, and come down to $5 to $7. See, that's negotiation power right there. That's true people power. But if we're afraid, if we're going to look at the news and see these paid actors, then we won't show up. I had an encounter about a week and a half ago with a gentleman. He's a fellow citizen. He was riled up. But that's what I signed up for. Listen, there are some true, honest critiques that we need to have about this health care proposal. We need to talk about how we're going to pay for it. I will say what's on the carpet right now, we're going to use a few $1 billion up front for administrative and operational costs, and the rest pay for itself. That's right. You got that right. We spend $2 billion a month in Iraq. We've already cracked $1 trillion. That's the start right there. Ending the war that George Bush got us in. Fixing this broken economy that George Bush and his boys got us in. And now they're trying to leave our friend Barack Obama to die, but we won't let that happen. We're going to stand up, and when we go back to Congress, you're going to see a lot of shifting. You're going to see a lot of double talk. You're going to see some folk who are talking boldly and bad hiding under the counter. But we got to call them out because we need this right now. It's not about bargaining in the back room for a position. It's not about looking at polling numbers, positioning yourself for 2010. It's about speaking up for the people who put you and me in office. I want to leave you with this. This healthcare thing doesn't discriminate. This healthcare thing doesn't care if you're white, black, brown, yellow. She does care if you're green. So we don't have an excuse today. The days of racial rhetoric are coming to an end. The days of those who want to divide us because of race and religion are coming to an end. We are one people, the American people. And we have to come together for true health care. Thank you and God bless.
Congressman Carson.